They do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I would never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat,
No.
if you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation, and I hope you go viral with this one.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I start drinking.
Should have started.
Did you get that? Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that Well, I know. Or I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete. Yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, you said put me on game. Look at that is a great way to start the show, isn't it? That's a great way to start the show. You are a Patriots fan, you cheating.
Go ahead and say it. Another effort. Go ahead and say it.
Well, on that note, welcome back to the show. As you can see, we are all here live and in person. We'd love to see it. It's been a little while, but we're all back live in person. Love to see it. Everybody's got their special clothes on.
Special clothes.
DLO's always on laundry day. Since the jump, I've watched 2 videos. This man got on like the freshest Miami fit. Like he on vacation.
Yeah.
Since then, I ain't seen it. Every time he come over, he got a laundry day fit on. You know,
But I gotta work later.
it's always an excuse, man.
All right. Well, every time I come over,
When
you got
we get the
you
Gumball,
got some gear on.
yeah, today, I'm just keeping it.
Yeah, it's just keeping it cool.
Yeah. when we get this Gumball kid, man, you got.
Yeah, we'll be ready.
Coming soon. For that Gumball Sports Machine merch.
I'm too broke for that merch, so I ain't got money for that merch.
Man, your man got on a $400 sweater.
$400 sweater, and then
That's crazy. This is like 50.
Hey, pull out the chain.
Hey, I was gonna say $400 sweater that's hiding the $3,000 chain up.
I don't got a chain. I don't know what y'all talking
That's
about.
where I
Bro.
live, man. We don't
Hey,
need
show
to
him the
take it
band on
off.
that watch.
Yeah. What happened to the band on the watch?
New band on the
I don't know what y'all talking about.
We got the prop sunglasses. Yo, Dion, he need a sponsorship, man.
Hey, they feel nice though. I like them though.
Yeah, prime time.
Hey, he trying to look like it so the Patriots will hire Dion as their coach.
We ain't mad at that.
No, I want Ben Johnson as the head coach. What you mean? I like Ben
we know
Johnson.
you want.
Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson would be. Whoa, what are you about to say?
Hold on.
I heard, because I heard Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
and I had a feeling I knew what that was going.
That's the thing with him. He's always got something sus on his mind.
What was
bro.
OG thinking about?
Come on, huh?
No,
I
something
was
was going
gonna
on
say,
there.
we know you on prime time. I just stopped because he said somebody different.
Hey man, speaking of Ben Johnson, we can get into that game.
Yeah, what do you think? We start with our show, and as always, top story of the day. Something that you want yesterday, Thursday Night Football, one of the probably best Thursday Night Football games that we've seen.
In a while.
It's been a minute.
Oh,
It's-
my Lord.
It's for sure been a minute.
Even the Thanksgiving games, they were terrible.
I didn't watch any of Thanksgiving games.
Hey, we had the Giants and the Cowboys.
I know that was a snooze fest. Huh?
That
was awful.
Thanksgiving.
That was terrible, and it's like, and I was hoping, I was like, you know what, Green Bay, Miami, that should be pretty good. Like,
Another snooze fest.
but
Green Bay.
blown out. blown out. Miami got messed
Belt
up.
belt to ass.
Belt to ass, exactly.
Hey, but I got Devon Achane on the fantasy team. You know, he
Yeah. Speaking of running backs, Josh Jacobs was better than Jahmyr Gibbs last night.
Speaking of fantasy as well, Jordan Love got outplayed by Jared Goff.
we'll get into it.
Oh, we'll for sure get into it.
Yeah. So you got clips of yesterday's conversation to add to this?
I should have grabbed.
You should have grabbed
I
it.
should have.
You should have
because,
grabbed
like
it.
I said, Josh Jacobs. I told you Josh Jacobs was going to outplay Jahmyr Gibbs.
And he did.
I mean, it's not like
He didn't.
it's
He
not like
didn't.
Montgomery split snaps evenly again.
What do you mean, bro? Let's not do that. Josh Jacobs had 3 touchdowns last night, bro. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
He did. Yeah, what 18 for what 63 or 66 or something like that.
66.
There wasn't any running in this game. Like the
Oh,
run game,
all
it
I
was
know
all
is-
pass.
All I know is that Josh Jacobs had more yards and more
Eight-
touchdowns.
He had a hat trick. He did.
You know who else had a hat trick?
Jared
Jared Goff.
We gotta get into that because just yesterday you were saying that you don't know
on Jared Goff too.
you don't
I
know if
definitely
Jared
was,
Goff could
but-
outplay some of these quarterbacks, and last night he did.
Well, here's the thing: he did, but it's the regular season. So if it's I've seen Jared Goff do it in the regular season. I've seen Jared Goff outplay Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. I've seen him play well in the regular season. Can you play like that in the playoffs? That's the biggest thing. And he threw a really bad pick. So let's not
that
like
pick was nasty. But you have to look at it. The Packers passed the ball what 20 times. Jordan Love was 12 for 20 for like 280 yards and a touchdown. Right?
But
Where is all of their time on offense going?
to the run. I mean, they run the game. They run the ball almost 20 times last night.
Yeah, but if you look at Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs had 15 and Montgomery had 14. They doubled the amount of carries that they had, along with doubling the amount of passing that they had. Where was Green Bay on the field?
I mean, look at Jayden Reed's stats.
Yeah, Jay
Man had zero
Reed was out there playing cardio.
Wasn't he on Amon-Ra St. Brown's podcast talking about, hey, watch out when I come play over there?
Yeah, he said we're gonna see you in Detroit. And
Yeah.
well, we saw him in Detroit.
We definitely saw him.
Did we see him? Actually, that's the question. Did we see him in Detroit?
Christian
We
Watson
saw his
was their
number. We
best
saw his jersey
receiver.
number.
Yeah,
Christian Watson was their best receiver last night, and he had a nasty fumble.
He did.
He had a
What do you have?
super
2
nasty
catches? 3 catches?
He had 4 catches, 121 yards.
I mean, he was pretty good.
He was pretty good. He's
A
a
lot
deep
of them.
threat,
A lot
though.
of them came on that deep ball.
Yeah, I mean, if Christian Watson doesn't get the deep ball, he's not really a factor.
No, and I was telling my guy at work, shout out Mitch, but I was telling him yesterday, I was like, here's the thing about Christian Watson. If he had decent hands, I'm talking about decent hands. Like if he had half the hands that
Like
DeAndre,
D-Hop hands.
I was gonna say not even. But if you had half the hands that DeAndre Hopkins had, he would be a top 15 receiver in the league.
See, but that's just a problem in general with Packer receivers because Dontavian Wicks is the same way. I think Dontavian Wicks has the highest drop percentage of any receiver in the league.
But isn't Romeo Dobbs? Doesn't he have good hands though?
Was Romeo Dobbs playing last night?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
If
Couldn't
he
tell if
was,
he was.
I couldn't tell. I thought he was out, but I mean, man, I'm trying to figure out where on offense they were at.
What happened to the tight end duo too? You know, I like Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, but
Yeah, I mean,
Tucker Kraft had a
was
good
kinda
game
quick.
last night.
Yeah,
He,
but
he had
a
2 catches and a
touchdown.
touchdown. That's the only thing. Like these, and they had pretty good field position all night. The pick put them in really good
They
field
did.
position, so they just capitalized off their field position. And I mean, and that game really came down to whoever had the ball last was going to win the game. If we're being completely honest, whoever had the ball last was going to win the game.
Which is why we have to commend Dan Campbell in the play call. Fourth and inches.
big ballsy play right there.
Yeah, I don't know another head coach that's going to put that offense back on the field.
This is Campbell. He's always trying to prove a point. Like, hey, I got the biggest balls in this league. I'll tell you that right now. Always trying to prove a point.
And I was watching Get Up this morning on ESPN. I don't think we realized in college that play is down
Yeah,
because he tripped over the lineman's foot.
he had a knee down. If he would have went down with the elbow, he would have been down.
Yeah. No, not even that because
No,
he
like-
tripped over his offensive line.
Well, that's what I mean though. Like if he had hit the ground fully, a defender would have been there in time before he could hand that off.
Oh, okay,
So the
okay.
fact that he was able to outreach and extend that to Montgomery for the first down, that was a good play.
That was high IQ play.
But I know Ben Johnson wanted to kick that field goal. He had Jake Bates on the sideline
man.
ready, and Dan Campbell said, "Nah, let's go for it."
No.
You got to commend him for that. That won him the game. Granted, if they would have kicked the field goal, Jordan Love had 43 seconds, no timeouts. He still could have got down there.
They got another field goal.
So it's like you either take the win and chance it, or you go into OT and you hope you win. And it's pick your poison. Because I think if Green Bay would have got the ball first in overtime, they would have lost. The Lions would.
Oh! They absolutely would have. They
would have lost. So I think Dan Campbell going for it on the fourth down won them that game. Plain and simple. However, there's a bunch of controversy with it.
There's
a bunch of controversy with refereeing.
Yeah. First of all, here's the thing. Before referees, I've come to the conclusion, and I'm still obviously referees are never going to be perfect. That's just the case. Referees are never going to be perfect. But I've come to the realization that you're gonna have to outplay the referees. Like no matter what team you are, you're going to have to outplay the referees. And the Lions did that. Lions did that last season. And so I mean they outplayed the referees and they outplayed Green Bay. And again, even though with the turnover, they were still able to win the game because their offense is so high powered and they were so good last night.
This is crazy coming from a Chiefs fan too, outplaying referees. Ooh.
Yeah, but
okay, hold on. I want to get this straight. I am not a Chiefs fan. I am a Patrick Mahomes.
Was he not saying aren't we 11-1?
Oh yeah, because that's the team my guy is on.
He said we. He didn't say my quarterback 11-1. He said we.
No, because hold on. So LeBron fans who say we are not Lakers fans at the moment because LeBron plays for them.
No, I think most of the LeBron fans would say that they're Laker fans. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot, like LeBron fans would say they are Laker fans at this very moment. You know that, Tom. Don't do that.
Not me.
No, I'm talking about like guys that like LeBron is their favorite player.
Yeah.
LeBron's my favorite player.
Oh, see, there you go.
He is mine too.
He is a Celtics fan.
But I'm still staying true to Cavs.
There's like some fans out there that are like that.
You talking about like guys like
Nasty.
Ricky?
Yes.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky is a LeBron fan, no matter where he goes.
You want to know who's also a big LeBron fan? Cash Nasty.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I'm a De'Aaron Fox fan. He's my favorite player in the league, but I'm not a Sacramento fan. You know what I mean?
So you don't want him to succeed?
No, I want him to succeed.
So you do. So which means you want to see him to succeed?
I want to see the King succeed. Yeah, but I'm a Heat fan first.
I'm a Cardinals fan first.
All right, see, we're in the same boat. Right.
So when it's AZ and Casey, if that's a Super Bowl matchup, who are you going for?
Arizona.
You got to go for Arizona. But he wouldn't be upset if Patrick Mahomes won. That's the thing.
Well, here's the thing. Before, like in the bubble, like I was preaching Giannis. Like Giannis was my guy.
I knew. I remember that too because Giannis was your favorite player.
And then the Heat busted him.
No. They lost to the Bucks in the finals. And that's when he started hating Giannis.
Yeah.
I remember Jamal saying.
No, I'm talking about the bubble specifically. The Heat busted him.
Well, Giannis got hurt. Let's not do that. Giannis got hurt. They didn't bust anybody except for Chris Middleton.
It was 3-1 when he.
That's who they busted.
It was 3-1 when he went down.
Cap, because he went out in game 2 with the ankle.
2-1.
How is it 2-1 in game 2?
It was no. He went down in game 3.
No, he didn't.
He did. It was.
He went down because he had like 20 points in the first quarter and then went out in the second.
It was 2-1 or 2-0, and he went out that game, and Chris Middleton pulled them to a victory to make it 2-1.
So it was 1-1 when he got hurt.
It was 2-0.
You just told me he went out. You just told me he went out when it was 2-1.
It was game 3. He went out.
Wait, what game were we talking about in the first place again?
Miami, Bucks in the bubble.
Oh, because I thought we were still on the Suns and Bucks. I was like, they don't play in the bubble. They play the following year.
No, they play the following year.
That's why I was confused.
There's a lot of pain induced with that.
Anyway,
I don't really want to relive those memories. But okay, let's get our takeaways in.
Back to the game. Yeah.
DLO, what were your takeaways from the game? What did this prove? I guess not prove, but what did this emphasize already about what you had thought about the Lions?
There's not much to say. I told y'all yesterday that the Lions were the best team in the NFL, and they went out and proved it. I know a lot of people want to sit here and say that they're not because the refs helped them win that game. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There was the penalty that wasn't called where he took off the defender helmet.
Yeah, Xavier McKinney. Yeah. I don't know how.
I don't know how it was either. That should have been a penalty. And then there was the pick play with Sam Laporta I don't know if you've seen that play either, because Green Bay, the previous
The previous position they got
Christian Watson got called
Yeah,
for it, but then Sam Laporta didn't. I think those two, you can look at it and point and say those should have been called, but there's a lot of plays that they're saying that should be called that I don't think should have. There's the play on Jordan Love when he just barely got the ball out and then he got tackled. They're saying he should have been an unnecessary roughness penalty. I don't think so. There was the push off by Amon Ra. I don't think so. So you can pick your battles, but at the end of the day, you still have to win the football game, and Detroit did that. So it was a good game by the Packers, though. I was really impressed with what I saw. However, I want to see what they do when they're not in the favored field position for the entirety of that game. Because, like Jamal said, they were in good field position the whole game. So I want to see if that offense can go from 10, 15, 20 and drive down the field. And I know they can, but on a defense that's playing at the level that they are, I want to see it.
But here's the thing, and here's why I mentioned yesterday. Here's why I think that they are the best, the most dangerous team in the NFC, is because they still put up 31 last night. They put up 31. Jordan Love was not at his best. Josh Jacobs was not at his best. That defense was not at its best. And so that team was at its best. And going into the playoffs in Lambeau, that's why they're the most dangerous team in the NFC.
It wouldn't be
Lambeau. They'd be a wild card team.
But no, I'm saying no. I'm talking about just because they're gonna be what, the 4 or 5 seed?
No, 5th, 6th, or 7th.
It depends on if Minnesota drops. Minnesota would be ahead of them.
Yeah, Minnesota is ahead of them, huh?
But they're a wild
They
card.
need Minnesota to lose and them to win if they want a home playoff game.
Their old line looks sketchy to me.
Green Bay? I mean, I thought it was fine. In the run game specifically, it was fine.
That was what they had to do in certain because
The pass protection was a little.
Yeah, I was saying
he was running out the pocket. Yeah,
and so that had me questioning the whole line. I'm like, I don't know. This might be cakewalk in the playoffs. Our teams, playing a little bit better. They're gonna attack him. They're gonna have to run that ball. They gonna have no choice.
but I mean, I think healthy Jordan Love has the capabilities to get out of the pocket if he needs to.
Oh, for sure.
The only thing is can his receivers stop dropping the ball? I think that's the key.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have a good young core of receivers, but their problem is they're inconsistent.
They got to work on the drops.
They're ridiculously inconsistent.
As of right now, Green Bay is the 6th seed in the playoff picture.
6 seed.
So they would face against
Who's the 7th?
the 7th is Commanders.
That's right. And
Right now,
right
in the first round, they'd face against the Seahawks, the Packers.
Yeah, and I think they win that game.
Well, I think here, I think
Although,
it'll be the Cardinals.
That Seattle defense right now is looking scary.
That's a top 3 passing defense.
I wouldn't even say they're I think Leonard Williams look like the past few weeks has looked like a defensive player of the year.
I agree.
He's been fantastic.
I think the defense as a whole though has figured.
But they also have a
And
top 3 cornerback duo with Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen as well.
But that's the thing. Tariq Woolen hasn't been very good this year.
But he hasn't had to be good because he's CB2. We all know Devon Witherspoon's a better corner than him.
I think it comes down to this
I don't
game.
know about that one. I don't know if I agree with that one.
I think it comes down to the game this week. If the Cardinals lose, I don't think they make the playoffs.
Oh, if the Cardinals lose, they're done.
Yeah, because
If
even if
they're
they tie out, Seattle owns the tiebreaker. They beat them twice.
Yeah.
So this is a must-win game for Arizona if they want to steal this division.
Oh, for sure.
Right now, you guys are 9th. You guys are in the bubble, but you guys are 9th right now.
No, it's because we're not. Here's the thing. When I say I'm talking about the Cardinals, we're not going to make the playoffs unless we win the division.
Yeah.
And so if we lose on Sunday, we are done. And now the only thing we have going for us, right now is our schedule, because we got Carolina, we got New England, we got the Rams again, and we got San Francisco. Seattle has a little bit tougher schedule. I'm gonna have to look their schedule up.
We know you guys are losing that New England game.
Oh, is that why you have the funny shirt on today? Because you want to be a funny guy? Or?
This is not.
I'm not even gonna lie though.
That's serious.
That could be a trap game though.
This is my new Cardinals jersey.
That could honestly be a trap game, Jamal.
No, but here's the thing. Our trap game, I think, is out of the way, because the way we played after the bye going into Seattle was terrible. Last week against Minnesota, we should have won that game.
You should have, and
We should have won
you
that
guys
game.
choked it away.
We absolutely did. Absolutely did. New England, if we play Cardinal football, if we run the ball and we use the run to go into play action and put Kyler in the boot, put Kyler on the move, we'll be fine because they have nobody who can hold Kyler. New England does, and Carolina doesn't either.
I was gonna say your guys' pass game has not been what I thought it was gonna be.
Francis Jr.'s kind of been inconsistent this year.
For Trey McBride being a top 5 tight end in the league, and then Marvin Harrison,
The thing is, though, McBride's been balling though.
he hasn't had a touchdown this year.
Passing touchdown.
Yeah, he hasn't had one.
Yeah.
If you look at Marvin Harrison coming
It's
into
the
this
consistency
year,
that you need from him.
we all thought that he was going to be the best player to come out this draft, not just the best receiver, the best player. And he hasn't even been the best receiver.
Hold on. Okay, in terms of receivers or like pass catchers?
In terms of both.
No.
Both.
He's been the best receiver.
No.
You have over Malik Neighbors right now?
Oh, in terms of rookies.
In terms of
I think
rookies.
meant on the Cardinals.
In terms of
No, he hasn't
rookies.
been- no, he hasn't.
There's Malik Neighbors.
There's also
there's
Brian
Brian
Thomas.
We haven't even touched Brock Bowers.
Hold on, but okay.
Brock Bowers has been the best pass catcher.
He's probably been the best
let's-
offensive rookie.
He's leading all rookies in touchdowns, so he hasn't been that bad.
Yeah, it comes in the red zone. He's fine, but he is so inconsistent, and it's because of that pass game.
Like I said, I'm not disagreeing with that part.
If
But-
the Cardinals want to win, they have to figure it out. They
They
can't
do.
just run the ball all game with James Conner.
How do I put this? No, you can't. You have to be able to throw the ball, obviously.
Yeah,
But you have to be able to throw the ball in key moments. You don't have to throw for. Kyler doesn't have to throw for 350 in order for us to
but
win.
he has to find the weapons that he needs.
I'm
He
kind of
can't-
hoping he does throw the ball.
Targeting Gray Dortch for 8 or 9 targets a game.
When did that happen?
That's been consistent this year.
When
That's been more.
Greg Dortch gets 8 or 9 snaps a game. Let
That's
alone
been more Trey McBride getting like about 10 catches a game that I've noticed.
That's
I
recent. That's
I
super
wish-
recent, though.
I wish Greg Dortch got that many targets.
To start this year, McBride was absent.
He
It looked
was.
like he wasn't even on the field,
He was, but
and so was Marvin Harrison.
You know who's been low key underrated as for the Cardinals receivers? Michael Wilson.
he's been good.
Michael Wilson's been good,
He's been good this year.
but they have to find ways to get those guys open. Their playmakers open. You can't just use them as a decoy to get other people. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, so let me go off at this. Now, I believe the Cardinals are going to win. In fact, I think the Cardinals are going to run over the Seahawks this week. I think they're going to destroy them. But hold on.
Let the man talk, D-Lo.
Hold
Let the
on,
man
hold
talk.
on.
I'll let you talk.
I think they're going to destroy the Seahawks this week. But if we do lose, our only hope is their schedule because the Seahawks still have Green Bay. They still have the Vikings. They still have the Rams. And they got the Bears. They're terrible. But that they could easily lose those 3 games against the Packers, the Vikings, and the Rams.
They could go 2-2 against the Rams.
They could, but the Rams are still a dangerous football team, and I think that's in LA too. That is indeed in LA.
Because I think they got the corners to match up with their receivers.
No, they're not.
They're not locking them up, but they got guys that can guard them.
Tariq Woolen has not been good this year. He's not been good.
He's just a zone corner. He's not good at man, but
He's a man corner.
he's a zone corner.
He's not a zone corner. He's a man corner.
Witherspoon's a man corner.
Tariq Woolen was a man corner last year, all year. He was great his rookie year. He is a man corner. He's not been good at man this year. He's been getting burnt.
He's been getting burnt.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He has not been good. Tariq Woolen can be had. Devin Witherspoon is a little bit different story. I even think Devin Witherspoon is better in the box than he is even a cover corner.
My thing is the last time that the Cardinals played the Seahawks, it was ugly. It was ugly.
Now, again, it was ugly because one, for whatever reason, they came out of the bye and just didn't wake up. They were still on vacation,
Which is crazy because coming out of the bye, teams get better.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It was going to happen. We're going to get better. We're coming off a 3-game win streak, going into Seattle. This time, we're not in Seattle. We played a good football game last week against a very good football team. We're going to come in this week. We're going to pound the rock, and Kyler's going to use that to move off the ball and play action. And again, defensively, we played fantastic against Seattle. We were fantastic against DK, who may be hurt. I don't think he'll play this week.
I don't think so.
Tyler Lockett and Kenneth Walker, they did nothing.
Yeah,
they did absolutely nothing. We got the turnover.
And then JSN went off, and he's been good the past few weeks.
He's been good, but like I said, defensively, I think we'll be okay. Offensively, we're gonna have to do something. We cannot score 6 points again, and I don't think we will. Like I said, I think what we do, and again, I've had this feeling since we lost to them because that was an outlier. That game was an outlier. So I had the same thing. I'm not just saying this because I just woke up feeling like this. I said this as soon as we lost to them 2 weeks ago. I said they're gonna come in here and we're gonna run over them. We're going to destroy them. We're gonna run for 150 plus yards. Kyler's gonna have his typical 220. Maybe one touchdown game. He's gonna run for 35 yards, and the defense is gonna give up. They're probably gonna give up 20, 21 points, but if we score 35, we'll be fine.
The problem is if James Conner and that run game don't get going, your offense is stagnant.
Yeah.
It's so stagnant.
But
the only way that they've been able to move the ball through the air is with Trey McBride.
But that can't change.
It can change, but I need to see it.
There's games in which the run game has been stagnant and we still won. Miami, Kyler threw for 300 yards. And that was top five. That was top five highest defense in the league.
I need to see it.
I just told you an example. I just gave you an example.
One game
against
if you look at best teams this year, they have multiple ways to get the ball down the field. You look at the Eagles, they have Smitty, they have A.J. Brown, they have Dallas Goedert. If you look at the Lions, J-Mo, Laporta, Amon Ra.
Those are extreme examples. Like the Vikings, they have relied solely on their defense. The game against Jacksonville was solely on their defense. Sam Darnold was terrible.
They have ways to get the ball down the field. They have Jefferson, they have Addison, they have Hawkinson.
That is one way. That is the pass game to get the ball down.
That's what I'm saying.
Their run game isn't very good.
Their pass game needs to find ways to get other guys involved that isn't Trey McBride. That isn't just Trey McBride. They have to find a way to get guys involved.
How do you think we were winning early in the season?
Yes, I know, and they've gone away from it.
What?
The past few weeks, they've gone away from it.
No, but that's bro. We were still winning games when Trey McBride wasn't getting 10, 11.
I know. And James Conner was running for 100 yards a game.
That's what I'm saying. So that can't happen again?
No, I'm saying it can, but if that's not working, they have to find a way to get other people involved. You have to throw the ball well if your run game isn't going well, and I haven't seen it.
I just this week I feel like it's different. Back at home, we were on a 2-game road trip.
I agree. I think it'd be a great game.
And that's I think we're gonna push on. I think that mentality that this football carries, I think that's the culture is to do, like after what happened 2 weeks ago in Seattle, that's what's gonna happen.
And I'm not disagreeing with that fact, but Seattle's defense is peaking. JSN is coming to his own.
He could be a breakout player of the year.
He could. So I have a hard time looking at the Cardinals and saying they're going to destroy this team when I haven't seen it.
It might be a dogfight, to be
The
honest.
past 2 weeks.
I don't think, because if we do to them what we did 2 weeks ago defensively, because you talk about Seattle's defense peaking, our defense is also peaking. Garrett Williams is turning into one of the best slot corners in the league, and Buda Baker is having a career year. Like these guys are playing well. Our defensive line is coming. We sacked Gino 5 times that game, and we lost the game because the offense was terrible. And so now we're coming back home. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball well. We have our offensive line back for the most. Will Hernandez towards ACL this year, so he's out for the year. But we have Jordan Williams back. We have Yelda Froho. We have Isaiah Adams, and I forgot the other coach which is out. And Paris Johnson, he's only had one bad game, and that was against Seattle. Yeah. So he's going to be looking for blood. Mm-hmm. This team, that's the culture that this team carries. That is the leadership that Jonathan Gannon brings from this team. And so going into this game, I think they're going to execute on a high level. I think they're going to perform. I think they're going to do everything they need to go win this game, because I know they know how important this football game is.
It is. and I think they're going to come out with that. But I need to see to believe.
You will. That's fine. Well, no,
that's
but
The whole time you guys just arguing, I was looking at Toast. He's like,
Nah, Tone's not a football guy. He wants to get into the hoops.
he looked like he's about to fall asleep. I was like, eh.
I like a lot of the football stuff, but then when they get to repeating the same points over,
No, that's a good point. It's a great point.
Yeah, I'm just anxious to see Maul's face at the end of the season, or if he makes it that far.
There you go. Why are you negative?
In the beginning,
I just said Tones look like he's bored. That's all I said.
I was preaching on how these Arizonians are towards the end of the seasons. I was saying the same thing.
That's just Arizona
It
sports in
comes to the end of
general.
the season, and here you go, back in that.
That's what
So
every.
negative. And in the intro, I say most important, we're positive. All three of us.
I'm
Three of us.
never had expectations. Like for me, in my Patriots expectations, I knew where the ceiling was, where the roof was. I knew where to cap my expectations at. You guys starting to remind me of these Cowboys fans from season to season.
Hold on.
That's low. But
The
that's
Cowboys
low.
are every bowl.
I
That's
think
We
low.
are
that's
not
just
the
a-
Cowboys.
I think that's
Hold
just an
on.
Arizona sports thing, though. Like I feel like we haven't had a good sports team in years.
What the fact that we're optimistic?
Yeah, we could be optimistic, but we haven't seen.
Realistic optimism.
Yeah,
When's the last time one of the major sports teams
I'm
won
not
something?
realistically optimistic.
I don't
I'm not saying we're
remember.
going to go in the Super Bowl, but I'm saying that we can go in the division. And I think a lot of
You
other
were-
national voices have
you
said
were
that too.
bragging about your guys in the beginning of the season about how y'all was gonna make a great playoff run. And
Can we not still do that?
I
I didn't.
if you sneak in, you can potentially win a game.
I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying if we get into the playoffs, we'll win a game because we're gonna have to play Green Bay, and if we do have to play Green Bay, in Green Bay. Oh no,
You guys are getting
we'd be home.
you know?
We'd be home. Yeah, but we play Green Bay
yeah,
here.
it's just
That'd
slipping.
be-
It's starting to look like the Titanic movie.
See, that's it. Okay, listen, that's the thing. I'm not saying that we're gonna go win the Super Bowl. I never said that. I never said we're gonna go win the
You
playoffs.
said that Patty's gonna win the Super Bowl. You know.
Oh, yo, you know, for damn sure who I said was gonna win the Super Bowl.
I
But-
feel like you could also play the Vikings because if
and
the
that's a winnable
Falcons
game.
like
Yeah,
the
my-
Falcons are the
my
4
bad.
seed at 6-6.
My bad.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Drag us right back into the conversation.
No, I don't mind. I watch football too, so
So,
every time when these two go at it, I'm like, let me get my popcorn. real
bro,
quick.
it's just me and Jamal gotta like compete to see who has more football knowledge.
That's why I like,
That's pretty good.
because like I mean I watch football too, but I'm like I like watching them argue because I'm just like in the back. I'm like, yeah, it's the
Yeah,
game.
I'm listening, but then I'm honing in on you having a Yankees hat on in my house. I be seeing certain things. I'm like, man, what's going on?
I'm just wearing baseball hats, you know, just to wear.
Yeah, nah, you could wear any other team. Don't come in here with that
I
Yankees.
bet next time I'll show up with the Dodgers hat then.
No, because you're not coming out here with you're not coming out here with the Dodgers hat.
I don't
No,
like
sorry, no, sorry, Bob.
that
But yeah, I
Yankees
mean,
nasty work. Bro. Nasty. I'm glad I got my Red Sox hat on today. Fenway at that too.
I feel like we can move off of football though. I don't feel like
Well,
there's-
not completely. I got one more football talk before we move
Oh
on.
Lord,
we
this
make
is-
picks, right?
Yes, we'll do that a little bit later. Houston Texans linebacker Aziza Al-Shaair was suspended for 3 games after laying a hit.
that's a dog right there. That's a dog right there.
After laying a hit on Trevor Lawrence.
Damn.
I can't tell. I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure
I
you've
have
seen
opinions
something
on
that he,
this.
like-
That's a dog.
I have opinions on this.
I'm glad because this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a few days. I just kept forgetting.
Yep.
But Kev, you talk about he's a dog. What? So do you? And I'm not sure if you guys had seen what that NFL had actually written about it. He said they were talking about he's uncoachable, he's disrespectful to the game, he's all this and that. First of all, Aziz Al-Shaair has never been suspended. He's been fined, but he's never been suspended. And so I don't understand. I don't understand why he's being disrespected so much like this. But my bad. I'll let you two go ahead before I kind of take it.
Well, before this whole scenario happened, this whole season, that man has been going off. He's like Matt Milano. Everywhere you go, he's right there with the ball. So he plays with all heart. That's what I like about these linebackers, especially with him. And the thing is, though, is like until that hit, it wasn't his fault entirely because you're sliding down last second. He can't just like stop like mid like in the air and just like float in the air. He's got to go down as well. And it's football. It's not we're playing like soccer or any type of weak sport like that. It's football. You're supposed to get hit. So if you're running, especially even if you're a quarterback, if you're running, expect to get hit. So I mean, I don't know why he's getting backlash for making a football play. That's just my opinion, though.
Good, DLO.
All right, I got a few things on this one. First, I'm a big fan of Azeez Al-Shaair because he was originally a Niners linebacker, and we traded him to New Orleans. And I remember the day so vividly. I was so sad because that trio of him, Greenlaw, and Fred Warner was
nasty.
phenomenal. It was the best linebacker core in the league, and I was so upset about it. And then he's in Houston now. He linked back up with D'Amico Ryans, and the scheme that they run is designed for linebackers. That's why he's playing as well as he is. Okay. First thing is, it was a designed QB run. It's not like it was a pass play and he was scrambling out of the pocket. This was a designed run for Trevor Lawrence to go pick up the first down. If you're calling a designed run, there should be no sliding. There should be none of that. You're designing your QB to go pick up some yardage. If you don't want him to get hit, don't design a QB run. There are guys like Lamar that they do that for.
Josh Allen.
Those guys are willing to take the hit. And you will see them sliding. They're going to take the hit because they're designing to go out and run the football on those plays. You can't slide late either. What is a defender supposed to do? Because he is at the first down marker. What is he supposed to let you do? Get the first down? It was, second and 7, and they're trying to pick up the first down. You can't let him just walk and slide into the first down. You're not going to let him do that.
It's supposed to make a stop.
So Trevor Lawrence slid late to try and get the first down, and that led to the hit. And there's been this controversy with it's happened with Kenny Pickett, it's happened with Patrick Mahomes of QBs faking that sort of play. Obviously, in college, Kenny Pickett had the big slide and he got a touchdown off of it. There was just a few weeks ago the controversy with Patrick Mahomes, and he faked going out of bounds and then picked up an extra 20, 25 yards. So these defenders are now scared to hit quarterbacks because of the penalty, and QBs are now starting to take advantage of it. So the thing is that the NFL has to crack down one of two ways. Either they need to force QBs to start going down, and as soon as they attempt any sort of either running out of bounds or sliding, the play is dead. They need to blow it dead. Or they need to stop that, and they need to allow these quarterbacks to get hit. It's ruining the game of football. And the fact that they're suspending him 3 games for it is ridiculous to me. So it's just like if this was a scrambling out of the pocket and he's just running to escape pressure, I would understand. But the detriment of all of those put together, the fact that it was designed, the fact that he slid late to try and pick up a first down and the defender is just supposed to let him get the first down, I think is a bunch of bullshit. And the NFL needs to decide what they want to do because people are upset about how quarterbacks are getting treated now. It's ruining the game of football, to be honest. It is.
This is why I like you, DLO.
I speak the truth.
You're passionate about football. I like that. You're supposed to get hit.
I understand wanting to protect your quarterback because they are the marketable. They're so marketable. Mm-hmm. However, you can't protect them to the point where it ruins the game of football, and that's what they're doing right now. If you're going to design that run and you're going to get hit late because you slid late because you're trying to pick up more yardage, at that point, you're going to get hit. And it's going to start happening, and there's going to be a bunch of QBs that are going to start to go down because defenders are getting tired of it. Go ahead, Jamal. You can take it off.
Actually, no, you got any thoughts on the situation?
If I was a player or a father of Trevor Lawrence, I'd probably be upset. Just coming from that perspective. I do think like that there's an element within sports right now as a whole that there's not enough practice and not enough leadership within pretty much all of the organizations. I think I heard Tom Brady talking about it, Gilbert, and maybe one other player. Is they're saying like there's not enough elders, mature players within the organizations to show some of the youth how to move strategically in some fashions, and then just be how to be coachable. I think that there are elements that's like a domino effect. When you look at players like how Ja was acting last year, it's obvious that he didn't have the right leadership in the locker room around him. Someone that's going to mentor him and tell him you can't act like this more than your friends and family watching you live. They're actually fans. There's actually business. Like this is going to affect you. The same thing goes to how these players are reacting in those instances of how fast they can maneuver out of helmet to helmet action. I think that you've heard other players speak of it even in football, which I would think that you would need a lot more practice because of the quick maneuvers you need. You need to be able, you can take someone's head off. Someone could lose their life on the football field.
Absolutely.
It's a lot less likely to happen on a basketball
Just happened.
court.
There's so many colleges lost their life because they took a shot to the head.
And so you would think that there would be more coaching and more, just tutorials on how not to go about these instances because you can really hurt somebody, hurt a family. So I think that the process is changing within all sports, but football, that can again alter a family's way of living. And when you're making that much money, you think that they put more input into the rules as well, because you don't want to have a gray area in those instances to where people are uncomfortable making a hit, because that can change a game, that can change people's fandom of wanting to watch the game. So I think that they do need to work towards having a clear, defined line of when to hit, when not to hit. Maybe they need to penalize quarterbacks for faking now. Maybe not touch their pockets, but the team has to feel it on the field. But yeah, I personally, I agree. From the old school line of sports where we want to see that level of aggression, but I also think health is wealth. And, you want to see people go home at night at the end of the game. So, coming from the parents' perspective, I would have been pissed off if that was my son. But it's crazy to me because sometimes the football, the defensive player gets hurt as well. So it's tough. I think that the best interest would be to define when you can't hit a player.
Yeah, here's my take about the situation. Now, there's a few things that I have in the entire situation as a whole. One, was it a dirty hit? Yes, it was. I believe it was. It absolutely was. Was it a late slide? I also believe it was. But and this is just about the play. I'll start with the play and then I'll get into everything else. When you look at the play, Trevor Lawrence absolutely did slide late. But when you look at the play more in depth, Azeez Al-Shaair is going to tackle Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is 6'5". He's a big dude. If you look at the way he was angling, so Azeez Al-Shaair started his tackle before Trevor Lawrence even started his slide. And so, like I said, he's 6'5". A lot of the times, what do you do with the bigger guy? You go take him out the legs, right? Azeez Al-Shaair was trying to, his goal was to take him out at the legs. When Trevor Lawrence then slid, he got him in the head. That's football, right? The biggest thing with me is because I'm going to try and look at it from both sides. Because if this was Kyler, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed, right?
Or Patty.
Or Patty. I'd be hot. But looking at it from the outside in, I'm not a Texans fan. I'm not a Jaguars fan. Looking at it from the outside in, again, looking at it from both sides of the spectrum, it was a late hit. Do I think he deserves to be suspended? I do. Do I think he deserves to be fined? I do. Because of the hit. That's a dangerous hit. Tony just mentioned. Yes, it's football. It's a physical, dangerous sport. At the end of the day, we all want everybody to go home to their families at night. That's the goal. And so, like I said, football play in general, yes, you deserve to be suspended. Do I think it should be 3 games? Absolutely not. I think that's overkill. But 2 max and a fine. Yeah. Because, like I mentioned, he's never been suspended. Yes, he has been fined, but he's never been suspended. This is not something that he's, it's not Draymond Green, where it's like you are just consistently doing things like this for years and years and years, and finally the league is suspended. No, it was a bad hit. It looked ugly. It was ugly, and you got suspended 3 games. Here's the part I have a problem with. The biggest problem I have is poo-pooing on this man's character. That hit has nothing to do with who that man is as a person. The NFL had no right to call that man uncoachable, to say that he's being disrespectful, and to say all the other things that they did. The Houston Texans general manager went on presser and called it BS, and he called the NFL out for using such language to try and define Aziz Al-Shaair, which I think is the absolutely correct thing to do. You back your players 100%, just like the Jaguars did. Trevor Lawrence got hit. They went out to Al-Shaair and had a problem with it, as they absolutely should. But that stays on the football field. Do not poo-poo on this man's character, because you do not know who that man is off the field. That man has family. He is somebody's son. He is somebody's brother, friend, sibling, whatever it is. So that part, I absolutely shun the NFL for, because why are you doing that? His character has nothing to do with the hit. Nothing. And again, 3 games is just, and the problem. And then again, people are calling the Texas general manager tone deaf. Oh, that's not. That's not the case. He's defending his player. What are you going to call him? Are you going to go out and call him uncoachable and disrespectful? Aziz Al-Shaair is one of the best linebackers in the league. I think we can all agree on that. But for them to call out his character and call him disrespectful and uncoachable and all these other things, that is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Now, when he posted on Twitter the other day, I absolutely love it. He said, "You want to make me the villain? I'll be the villain."
He had like a Joker picture, whatever it was.
He absolutely did, as he should, because people are trying to make him out like he's just a horrible human being. He made a football. It's like it's not. Let's not pretend like it's never happened before. It happens all the time. Let's not pretend like this has never happened before. So let's not go after. Let's not go at and attack his character.
Why did they change the concussion rule? Because it happened to Tua.
Exactly.
It's a Tua all the time.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Brady had talked about it. I think Tone mentioned it. Brady had talked about it. Right message, wrong message. They changed the rule for who? Tom Brady. So now that he wants to speak out about it, he didn't speak out about it when he was playing. He's speaking about it now because he don't have to take those same hits. Right message, wrong message. So all I'm asking with this is keep it about football. The NFL and all these big time, NFL national TV people are going after this man's character. Let's not do that.
Can I ask the uncomfortable question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's racial? Because like throughout sports, there's been people like even the Josh situation. There've been plenty of white basketball players who have fun with guns. Yep. So I think it went to the like Josh literally in a car playing around and stuff like that. But there's certain even look at what Ben Roethlisberger did to that was a older white woman when he killed her in a car accident, right? Something like that. That wasn't taken to the same context that it was when Michael Vick was fighting dogs.
Yeah,
like those the microscope that was on Michael Vick was.
I mean, he was
yeah. Versus Ben Roethlisberger, I found out about it late, you know, because I wasn't into the news before at the time. I was like, hold on, he did what? And nothing came of it. And so I assume that I seen the hit, but I didn't actually see. I assume this is a black man.
Yeah.
That hit the white man.
Yep.
And so, like, people used to always say the same thing to me. I was a big Tom Brady fan. People like, you know, they just pay for him because he's the token white boy,
The poster boy.
yeah. And I'm like, sometimes I was like, yeah, and then you know, because then you know something happened to Peyton, and I'm like, well, Peyton got a bigger token, I guess, you know, because I think maybe it was partially his name too, Manning versus Tom Brady. He's the first, but I did think that there were things that Tom could get away with, to where I see other quarterbacks, if they get that happy on the ref's face, I'm like, damn, he just got penalized. I know Tommy ain't getting no penalty for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying
it's kind of like Mahomes right
but
now. Mahomes is the same way. Where he does certain things that other QBs would, or like he gets penalties that other QBs would not.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that if it was Patrick Mahomes on that Jordan Love play that happened, there would have been a flag.
And
there are certain things like that where that I think it factors into the fact that he's the poster boy of the NFL. If it was Tom Brady, it'd be the same thing. So I think that plays a factor into it.
Now, DLO, I love everything about what you said. About what you said about this entire situation. The one thing, now going back to football, the one thing I do disagree with just a little bit is that now if this was a running back or receiver that was just going down and he still got hit, I don't think he gets suspended. I think he gets fined. I don't think he gets suspended. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is the #1 overall pick. He's one of the.
He's the market.
He's the market. So I don't think he gets suspended if it's not a quarterback.
This was like Travis Etienne or Tank Bigsby, there wouldn't be a penalty.
Yeah, it'd be a little different.
Yeah.
But you said that that is now a quarterback design run.
That was a QB designed run.
It was. But you should still be able to slide without having to worry about somebody hitting you. Because listen, like I said, even if it was a non-quarterback that had slid down, obviously you don't see it that often.
You don't.
Obviously you don't see it.
He's gonna tuck his head and he's gonna
try and run somebody over.
Yeah.
But even if you are, say he's just hurt, say Travis Etienne is hurting and he's playing hurt and he doesn't want to take a hit. If he slides down to avoid the contact and he still takes a hit like that, quarterback or not, it's still foul.
It is.
So I think just because it is a designed quarterback run doesn't make it okay for I think the linebacker, whoever is attacking, to make it lay.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that point. It was a late hit. It was 100% a late hit. However, if you're going to design a QB to run specifically when he's not escaping pressure, you have to treat him like a regular player. And that's what I'm saying. You have to treat him as if he's a running back, as if he's a receiver, because you're using him in that way.
Right.
A normal quarterback isn't going to run out and go run for 50 yards. He's there to throw the football. So if you're designing a run for your thrower to go run, you have to treat him as a runner. If he's escaped the pocket because he's looking to throw and there's nothing there and he's trying to extend, that's different. He's looking as a thrower. But as soon as you design that play for him to go run, I think you have to consider him a runner.
That part I agree with. I agree with. But I think we're on the same page. I think we're on the same page, depending like the way that we're kind of describing our situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it is a quarterback design run, whether it's a quarterback, receiver, running back, if you go down to protect yourself,
I agree. It's a late hit.
Yeah. Okay. I think, like I said, I think we're on the same page.
However, they need to then define how the defender is supposed to play that. Because again, we have those those fake slides and the fake running out of bounds. If a quarterback were to do that and the defender isn't playing it like that, and then that quarterback goes to gain another 20, 30 yards, there's an issue. Not saying that Trevor Lawrence would do that. I don't think he would. But we've seen quarterbacks do it. And they're starting to learn how to take advantage of it. That needs to go. I think that's the problem, and that's why defenders are in a situation, because he doesn't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to do that. He could be slowing down, pretending like he's going to slide, and then he doesn't, and he does a quick step, and he blows right past him.
Yeah, you got to find a way.
You have to find a way that if you're going to allow them to run, for a defender to know that this is untouchable.
Right. As a fan, if he didn't slide and somehow Trevor Lawrence got another 15 yards, as a fan, you're upset because you're like, hold on, why didn't you tackle that man?
Yeah. So it's like, why didn't you tackle him? But at the same time, it's like, if he tackled him and hit him hard enough, it's a penalty. And you're like, why did you hit him? So there's these two sides that are flip-flopping with each other. And so I don't know how the NFL fixes it, but they have to find a way to define that, because at this point, the defense doesn't know what to do with a quarterback anymore.
And it's tough. It's tough. It's again, the hit obviously is a problem, but I think the biggest thing with me is that, again, trying to attack this man's character. That's the biggest problem.
That's a no-no.
That's absolutely unacceptable by the NFL. I think that was that was out of pocket.
But that was more or less where I was going with the racial stuff, because and I know we all joked about it, but people were calling Ja thug, and I'm like, oh, y'all don't know no thugs. that's little kid stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't a thug. And that's what I'm like, with the NFL is calling this man out his name and calling him, a character that doesn't represent him. Why would they do that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. All right, real quick before we get to some basketball, I have 3 games picked out for this weekend.
Damn, 3.
I have 3 games. There's not really too many good games this week, but I got 3 games. I got 3 games picked out for this weekend.
Basketball or football games?
Football.
Oh,
Football. And then we'll pick them, and then we'll come back next week. And
Before you name the 3 games, are all these 3 games is it all for playoff contention, like playoff seeding, or?
One of them is for sure. The second one could be.
Any divisional games?
Yes.
Okay.
2 out of the 3 are. The other one is kind of. I think it's still going to be. I think it's still going to be a runaway. I think we're all going to pick the same team in that one, but it's probably the best other game other than the 2 I picked. So, first one, Bills Rams.
Is that the one that's a giveaway?
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Yeah. I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo. I think that's runaway.
Allen's gonna kill him.
Second one, the Sunday night football game. Chargers Chiefs.
Mm.
Mind you, at Arrowhead.
As much as I would like to go against Patty, I'm going to pick Patty.
Love to see it. David Largo, you look a little conflicted over there. Do you want to tell me that Patrick Mahomes is going to beat the Chargers this weekend, or and keep thinking about it? Well, you know who I got. Thought I'd just point that out.
I think I'm putting my money on the Chargers.
Big bang.
Chargers.
I think I am.
Big bang.
I had to go back and look at the previous game back in week 4. No, but
Yeah, it was when it was like 17-10.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a one possession game, and I think that Kansas City has remained relatively the same. They've been fairly consistent all season. I think San Diego has gotten better.
Los Angeles.
San Diego. They'll never be Los Angeles to me. They'll always be San Diego.
So what, are the Commanders always gonna be the Redskins to you?
No,
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. Get us canceled. See, you can't be calling them that.
they're still Washington, but they didn't relocate. Listen,
So the Rams are not Los Angeles, then they're still St. Louis.
yeah, they're still St. Louis. Yeah. No, I think I like Los Angeles here. They've gotten better, in my opinion. Lad McConkey has come into his own. Justin Herbert is getting better. The defense has been shaky recently. They started off really well. They haven't been as dominant the past few weeks.
Well, here, not to interrupt you, sorry. But when they were allowing 12, 13 points a game, they played zero good quarterbacks. They didn't play. They didn't play any good quarterbacks.
I know. That's why you keep telling me that I'm wrong and saying Justin Herbert is top 5 QB. I know.
No, it's because you absolutely are correct. You're incorrect.
Is he top 10?
Top 10. I'll put him top 10, but I will not put him top 5.
Who are your 5 right now before we continue with this story?
No order. Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Burrow.
You're not gonna have Hurts.
I was thinking about Hurts.
I think Herbert is better.
So you're saying this year
Herbert might be better than Jalen Hurts.
So you have Mahomes over Justin Herbert just this one season.
We're talking about this season.
Yes.
Oh, are we just talking about quarterbacks we will take
I'm
right
talking
now?
like right now.
Okay, so just this season.
Is Mahomes top 5?
No,
Okay. I'm glad you said that.
no, he's been terrible this year.
Going back to it, I'm putting my money on the Chargers. I like the improvement that they've shown offensively.
One thing I will say though is they won't have J.K. Dobbins though. He's out for another couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't have him last week.
Edwards been running the ball pretty well though.
They didn't have him last week, so I like the Chargers. I also the Chiefs looked very shaky last weekend. They looked gettable, and it was the illegal shift that costed the Raiders a game. I think they would have won that game if it wasn't for the illegal shift, which was controversial in its own way, and we're not going to get into it. But they looked shaky. They looked like they could have lost that game to the Raiders. They found a way to win, but I think that the Chargers are a better team than that Raiders team. So I think that the Chiefs will bounce back and have a better game. However, I think I'm still going with the Chargers.
You also didn't bring up a couple weeks ago as well when they almost lost to the Panthers.
They did. That was an overtime game too. Pretty sure.
No. My goat boy ended it before I went to OT.
Would have been an OT game.
But there's no reason why it should have been a close game in the first place.
Well, I mean,
See,
that's not Patrick Mahomes.
I disagree with that point because Bryce Young has
He was
been
fantastic.
phenomenal
He was
the past
fantastic
few
that
weeks.
game.
Ever since he took over Andy Dalton, he's been playing great football.
Absolutely has.
So
But
I
still-
think that the Panthers are on a turnaround.
But that team still isn't.
Chuba Hubbard, and now they have Jonathan Brooks in there getting snaps. Bryce Young looks good.
But the thing about that game is the Chiefs' offense did what they were supposed to do. The defense
yeah.
they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And that's supposed to be the strong suit of that team too. That defense.
Well, it's supposed to be. I think is a strong word. The Chiefs' offense is always supposed to be the strong suit, but this year the defense has been better, and so I was expecting them to be just as good.
It's not the same thing last season too. The defense was better than the offense last year.
I think
for a majority of the year.
Yeah.
I
For the
think
regular
Even going to the playoffs too, that
From
defense
playoffs,
was the reason why they won.
But who you got Sunday?
It's in KC, in Arrowhead. I think it all goes down to how Mahomes is going to play this game. Because if he plays like how he has this whole season, where it's inconsistency and like he's had games where what was the one game when he went off? I forgot what game it was.
No, the Saints. Saints had a pretty good
That was
game.
the biggest win that they had, like the biggest point differential wise, huh?
Yeah, I think that game, he was pretty good against Carolina.
I think the other thing is he's been a turnover machine this year.
Yeah,
he said about the same touchdown interception ratio this year too. So I think it just all goes down to Mahomes going to turn the ball over, or we're going to see the Mahomes that we are used to, especially come close to the playoff time. I think it just depends on how he is, especially like we brought up the Chargers defense. They have a good defense. It's been inconsistent these last couple of weeks, but they still got guys on there, Dorian James, who, in my opinion, is either the first or second best safety. You can throw in Kyle Hamilton into that conversation as well.
He's up there.
Buddha's not up there.
Buddha's up there. I think I'm taking Derwin, but he's up
Kyle
there.
Hamilton's up there too.
It's a talk.
Really? Kyle Hamilton, I'll give you.
It's a talk.
I mean, I think it's absolutely a debate, but I mean, Buddha is leading all safeties in Pro Bowl voting.
I agree. He's been great until Hufanga come back.
What? Tell him Hufanga hasn't played a game in 2 years.
Hey, he's coming. They opened his practice window.
Would you rather take Xavier McKinney right now?
Okay, guys, we got to stop straying off topic. We gotta keep going. Okay, who you got?
I had to sneak a Niner in there.
But I might rock with LA.
I was really hoping he's gonna leave you hanging. I was really gonna hope he's leaving. Okay, listen, you know who I got? I mean, it's gonna come down.
It's gonna be a low scoring game, in my opinion, though.
I think it is. I think it's gonna come down to one, who runs the ball better, and two, who makes plays when they need to make plays. That's the biggest thing, because it's in Arrowhead. It's gonna be freezing. It's gonna be cold. That is a Los Angeles team, not used to the cold. We've seen what teams that are used to the cold, that are fair weather teams, or not fair weather, but like nice warm weather teams, go into Kansas City, Miami, exactly, and get absolutely poo-pooed on. And so I think it's going to come down to who makes the plays when they absolutely need them and who runs the ball better. And I think Kansas City is going to do both. Tone, I heard you take the Goat Boy, so I just wanted to hear you say it again.
We can move on to the next game.
Yeah, let's move on.
We'll take nothing but a second.
No, we're good. Come on, Tones.
What did you say you have in this game?
Hey, say carry on.
Tom Brady.
Unfortunately, he is not playing in this football game, nor commentating this football game. So
we're stuck with Chris Collinsworth glazing Mahomes the whole night.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome! I can't.
My lord!
But you have who do you have again? Tone? Can hear you that one time.
Andy Reid.
Whose quarterback is?
Can we move on?
Okay, fine. We'll move on. All right, let's go. Tone, you said you had some basketball stuff for us here, bro, when we were talking pre-show.
Was that 2 games?
Was there one more game? Come on,
Oh, that's right. Oh, we did. Oh, it's the most important game. I'm sorry. I got
Cardinals and Seahawks.
Cardinals, Seahawks.
I knew it. I knew that was the matchup.
Cardinals Seahawks in Arizona. Who wants to go first? You want me to go first?
You gonna say Seattle?
Oh, I got the Cardinals dog walking to see the Seahawks. Okay, but again, I kind of talked about it. I kind of talked about it earlier in the show. I got the Cardinals really just demolishing the Seahawks because of what happened in Seattle, how bad the offense was, and I think the Cardinals are going to want revenge. And they're going to be home. They're in their black unis, and they're looking. They have something to prove. They have something to prove that the anomaly that they had in Seattle 2 weeks ago was an anomaly. The offense is going to be much better. The defense, I think, is, again, coming around. Aaron Browning has been a lot better. Our trade acquisition at the deadline. Darius Robertson, our first-round pick, is healthy. He's going to be playing. Like these guys, Zayvon Collins is finally starting to come around. Like these guys are starting to make plays. Like I said, Garrett Williams is becoming one of the best slot cornerbacks in the league. He's been fantastic. He picked out 2 weeks ago. It's going to be fun to watch. Buddha has been fantastic. Jalen Thompson. He's starting to worry me a little bit. He's not played nearly as well this year as he has in past years.
That's for free safety, right, or strong safety?
Yeah, free safety. And he's starting to worry me a little bit. He's been okay. He's healthy. He's kind of been banged up all year, but he's healthy. He's playing. Hopefully, he can make a few plays. And offensively, I think we're gonna put on a show. I think Mitch Conner is gonna run the air out of the ball. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna make a couple plays here and there. I think Kyler Murray is gonna be fantastic. I think we're gonna be just fine. And I think we're gonna dog walk the Seahawks.
Go ahead, Tones.
I kind of just want to go to the Seahawks.
See, there you go. There you go.
Just because.
Oh, goodness.
But I'll take the Cardinals. I think you guys need a revenge game. You guys are at home. And I think that you guys could have played better than you did last time you played them. So I'll take the Cardinals.
I agree. Yeah, we're on the same page, aren't we? So, yeah, love that. That's a good sign. That's you know what? That's a good sign to a great day.
I need a thermometer. I might be sick.
I think you might be sick.
All right, gentlemen. Which one of you is picking the Cardinals first?
I am picking a bird to win it.
The build-up is crazy.
Question is Julian Love or Buda Baker? No, I'm just playing.
I almost ended I promise I almost ended the recording. I promise I almost ended it. Oh my goodness. Oh well, we're having mic malfunctions.
Go, Kev.
You good to go?
Yeah, you're good. Almost just ended the whole thing.
You know what? I'm gonna be a little different. Go with Seattle.
Well, this is the last time you guys will see Kevin on the podcast. So.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Seattle too. I'm not gonna lie. I like how Gino's been playing recently.
Hey, just zip each other's pants up when you're done too. Just be
The
polite.
defense has been, in my opinion, it's been better than at any point this year. Obviously, we don't know if DK is playing, but even the past few weeks, he's been outperformed by JSN, who's playing. So you'll have JSN, you'll have Lockett still. Kenneth Walker is playing. Obviously, those guys got shut down last time, but I think it's a bounce back game for them too, because the last win versus Arizona was ugly, and I think that they have something to prove that they want to win this division just as much as any other team. So, yeah.
Just as long as Gino doesn't turn the ball over, I think they could win.
The only thing is that it's in Arizona, and that is kind of shaking me.
The Cardinals have been
they've been very good at home this year. So that's the hesitance in me, but I think I'm still leaning Seattle.
And to your point about JSN, I will say, JSN, I mean, I guess you could say second, but he's really been the third option. And so DK and Tyler Lockett have been taking a lot of the attention away from JSN. So now that DK is going to be out.
But JSN has been going off with DK out.
DK just went out last week.
Before that, he had the leg injury.
In my opinion,
he was out for 2 weeks.
In my opinion, going into the season, I feel like Lockett got slid down to
when
the third
he
spot.
had that, it was like 200-yard, 2-touchdown game, or maybe it wasn't that much. It was like 150 and 2 touchdowns or whatever. DK wasn't playing that game. That was, I think, versus the Rams. DK was not playing. And even when DK has been back, JSN has still been the top target.
Against the Rams, that was like 5 weeks ago.
DK was not playing.
That was 4 weeks ago.
And he's been good since then. He's been fantastic. I think you're underrating JSN. I mean,
listen, I'm a Buckeye fan, so I love.
He was
JSN.
their first round pick.
I love JSN. I'm a Buckeye fan, but
I think to complement that receiving core.
But I think a lot of the attention has been taken away from him because again, DK has played the past
since DK has come back, and that's why he's still continuing to get it.
But DK came back against us, and so he played against us, and he played against.
He played last week.
Played last 2 weeks. He played against the 49ers.
The 2 weeks before that, he was not playing, and he was going crazy. He's been great. I think you're denying the great part of it just because
he wasn't great against us.
That's what I'm saying. There's a revenge aspect of this. that just because the Cardinals played bad and they want revenge doesn't mean that the Seahawks didn't play bad and they want to prove that they're bad. They're both going to play either really good football or it's going to be another game like the last time.
I think it's going to get ugly real quickly.
And I think I'm picking Seattle.
So we come over. I'm usually right anyways. So when
We can move on.
yeah, I'm usually right. Anyways. So when we come on next week and we're talking about one, because I hope we all will be watching it. At least I will be watching it when we talk about one, ASU winning the Big 12 championship game, and two,
Definitely not making my television.
Yeah, not hitting my TV.
okay, hold on, wait. So none of you watch college football?
I do.
Okay,
I don't. I
What-
watch college.
They're
uh,
they're 10th in the nation, huh?
huh?
10th in the nation.
ASU? No, 15th.
I thought they were 10th.
No, we're 15th, and Iowa State is 16th.
When did you guys get bumped down to 15th? Because I'm pretty sure last time I saw they were 10th.
No, we were 14th. We were 14th going into the U of A game, and then obviously we did what we did to U of A. We went up to 15th, and then we're ranked one spot higher because here's the thing about the Big 12. The Big 12 is not the SEC. As much as I would love to say it's not the SEC, and so you have teams like Georgia, Texas, Alabama, who I don't even think should be in the college football playoff. Some of the people disagree, but you have teams like that, and then you have
The Big Ten.
you have the Big Ten, you have Ohio State, you have Oregon. Like you have teams that are fantastic in those other conferences. So those teams are going to be ranked ahead of you, even if they're not in the championship game, even if they're
It's
not.
just the competition that they're facing from the SEC or the Big Ten.
Exactly. It's a schedule. And so
We can move on.
no, we're absolutely going to talk about ASU because ASU is having a phenomenal year. So
This is actually the best I've seen ASU since I. This is
but
actually the best I've seen ASU since I was born.
they're fantastic. I mean, Cam Scatterbo is one of the best running backs in the nation. Sam Levitt is one of the best freshmen in the nation. I mean, and the defense is showing out. And Shamari Simmons, who didn't even make an all Big 12 team, is still one of the best safeties in the nation.
I just kind of wish T Mac was on the Sun Devils instead of the Wildcats because T Mac is nice.
Who? T-Mac?
T Mac on the receiver.
Yeah, Terrell McMillan. I'm tweaking. Yeah, I thought.
They pulled.
No,
Terrell McMillan. Yeah, he's the best receiver in the nation.
He really is.
He's
So
better than Travis Hunter. I don't care what anybody says.
no, he's the best pure receiver.
He absolutely is.
So that's why I was like, damn, he's playing for U of A instead of ASU. That's why I was like, damn.
And
They're trying to get into a Patriots uniform. I heard. Right?
No, because I mean, I wouldn't mind that too, but I'd rather us get a lineman. So.
Yeah. Because I mean, and the other thing is Jordan Tyson just got hurt. That's our number one receiver. So he got hurt in the U of A game. It's an undisclosed injury, but I think it's a collarbone. But so that game, I cannot wait for that game. But when we're talking about an ASU Big 12 championship and the Cardinals beating the Seahawks on Sunday,
You're the only person talking about that.
that's okay. I'll be the only one talking about it. But ASU is going to get some love on my watch.
DLO says it's gonna be a snooze fest when we go to that topic.
That's okay. Let him sleep.
Saving his energy.
Let him sleep. That's okay. If any, I promise I'll be talking about it on Monday if we win.
If is crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll be talking about it regardless. But all right, so we got some basketball stuff for us that you want to get
I
into.
got another topic that you're likely to find this one exciting.
Mhm.
Your man Book,
I was just that's my different one.
ninth player,
And
had 1,500 points.
Ninth youngest player.
15,000 points. Sorry, my apologies, D Book.
not the youngest player.
How you feeling about that?
I think for what he's been able to accomplish in his career, and he talked about it after the game in the press conference. It means so much to him, and I think I speak for Elizabeth Valley that it means a lot to us is that he's done it with one franchise, and he came in as an 18-year-old kid. He's been here for 10 years, and he's given us everything. And so that's
Here we go, bring back the chip.
everything he has. I'm not saying he's gonna win MVPs. No, but he's like he has the keys to the valley. And I'm not even saying that because
Yeah, y'all good?
yeah, what's going on, bro?
It really wasn't that funny. Come
I
on,
was kind of thinking the same thing. I was like, what is
man.
going
Man's just trying to talk and y'all laughing over him. Like, come on now.
on? Okay, like what?
I just want him to clarify.
I understand, no ring, no MVPs, but come on now. Let the man talk.
My bad. My apologies.
All right, well, I guess that was fun. But No, I mean Devin Booker means a lot to us, man. Like obviously, you guys know how much I love Devin Booker. And it's because how much he's done. Like obviously, he's been a great basketball player. He obviously hasn't won a championship. He's never done any of that. But he's been a fantastic basketball player for us. He's done a lot for the community. He's like the things that he does, like and the person that he is. I mean, and how he carries himself. That's how. Yeah, absolutely does.
I've never seen him at Macho Polo.
What does he do? What does he do?
That's what the players be doing. They be handing out food and stuff like that. So
No,
you don't. Huh?
like those guys at the Canes, like
Give it back to the community. What is that?
Put it on their tab. Say I got everybody for the day.
I'm
never
sure
go to like Dunkin' Donuts and somebody be like, "Oh, yeah, holiday season. The person, 3 people in front of you, pay for like next 5 people." I'm like, "Oh, who's that? Devin Booker?" No, I know.
Like, yeah, that's not giving back to the community. Like I'm talking about like charity events and things of that nature.
getting back to like the people that are less fortunate.
Exactly. Like he's always taking care of
Food drives.
He's always taking care of the valley, and so to things of that nature, man.
Shout out D-Book, man.
Yeah. No, I mean the things he's done for Phoenix and how he's kind of taken in Phoenix as his home. Like this is somewhere like we want. Like again, we want Devin Booker to be for his entire career, whether we win a championship or not. And
y'all are cool with me.
There's one thing about Jamal is I know he loves those athletes that always give back. You know, it don't matter if you dislike him as a player for Jamal's perspective, but they give back like example like LeBron. Jamal like is a huge like fan of LeBron, what he does outside the courts with his school, with all the charities and all the foundations that he's created opportunities for other people. That's what Jamal loves about these athletes.
No, 100%. And Kev, to your point, I've said it on here before. I've said it to other people. LeBron is to me the greatest athlete. And yes, I might say Michael Jordan is better basketball, but he is the single greatest athlete to ever touch any court, floor, grass, field, whatever it is. He's the single greatest athlete to ever.
Over Muhammad?
What's wrong
Muhammad.
What's wrong with you, Deal?
Over
Mr. Phelps.
I was gonna say over.
Absolutely.
But I think he's
absolutely
he's taking a combination of on the field, on the court, and off the court and off the field type stuff. I'm guessing.
That's what I'm saying. Like athlete, because when people talk about when you're in school, they talk about student athlete, right? Obviously you're a student before you're an athlete. In this case, an athlete. I'm taking in the man, the person you are, as well as what you've done in your sport, individual. LeBron is, again, in my opinion, you may disagree. In my opinion, LeBron is the single greatest athlete to ever touch the earth.
He's accomplished a lot. He's motivated a lot of people. He's figured out ways to get his people close to him, even more bigger bags and stuff like that.
I think it's also because the way he grew up as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He like the things he's done for Akron. Like he never forgets where he came from. He never forgets where he came from, and he realized that there's other people
single mom, growing up with a single mom, and
I just look at what Muhammad Ali did in his time, in his element, like talking about being a man of the people. Like the way society is formed right now, LeBron can't do casual like things.
Right.
Muhammad was fortunate enough to where he was still doing casual things, being a person of his stature. He was hanging out with people in these areas that LeBron couldn't be comfortable in because people wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah.
There's something to that to me, because you can become bigger than life to some people, but when you have I don't want to say communication, because I think it's more than just communication.
A platform?
No. I think that Muhammad Ali and LeBron both have amazing platforms. They're probably just as high because where Muhammad Ali was at that point of his life. It just wasn't social media per se.
Yeah.
But everything he said was recorded. He was always in the newspapers. It would always be on TV. But how people still recognized him to be just another guy, almost in some essence. You know what I'm saying? Like they would see him at the mosque, see him at the grocery, and they didn't mob him. They would, come say
bombard him basically.
Yeah, come say what up to him, and then go on about their business because they seen the plight. They've seen his struggles. They've seen what he was going through. Whereas LeBron is almost like a superhero to some people. To whereas like they don't let him live life. And so I feel like I definitely appreciate what LeBron has done, but there was something recognizable about what Muhammad Ali and who he was as a person that made people feel like he was equal. And there's something to that. The way you actually have a bigger presence than everyone else in the room, but they recognize you as their equal.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Again, I love the players who are able to, again, obviously you make millions of dollars playing a game, right? You make hundreds of millions of dollars playing a game, obviously at a high level, but you make playing a game. When they realize that and are able to give back to people who aren't as fortunate as they are, and help people like that, it's important. And I think that takes a lot of time.
I think time period has to go into it too, though, because when you look at Muhammad, what he was doing for it in terms of activists, I think that he has had a bigger impact. You also have to look at someone like Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good
you have
person.
to look at guys like that and think that in that time period, they were more successful in getting more things done in terms of the outside world, if that makes sense. So I think some of that has to be attributed. Obviously, we kind of deal with that now. And LeBron has even had that with the whole, shut up and dribble thing. Like he had that controversy and he wanted to make that change. And he has the platform to do it. So I think that it's not just about, the city in general where he comes from, but the world as a whole. That's why I think Muhammad Ali is a great conversation. That's why I think Jackie Robinson you could put in that conversation. You could put LeBron in that conversation. Bill Russell in that conversation.
Yeah.
So I think that there are other athletes that we tend to skip over that have also had just as big of an impact in terms of off the court.
Which is fair. Also, side note, it is unbelievable. Like I'll bring up Jackie Robinson to I brought up Jackie Robinson to who? Who's that?
Yeah, that's wild to me.
That's because there are a lot of people, especially my age, they're starting to lose interest in sports because of the parity behind it.
Yeah.
And when you don't have clarity, like even the play that we were talking about, you can lose fandom.
Right.
And so now when you lose that older fandom, you don't have that generation to break down why there's value in players like Dwayne Wade versus James Harden. I think they're both valuable, but we all watch James Harden manipulate the system to get to the free throw line 20 times versus D Wade was like, I don't need to do that to win games. You know what I'm saying? And so there's conversations that really be had from the mature group of fans to the youth, that they have a better understanding of and value of the game. And I think that goes for each game, each sport. But when you don't have those, and you just got a bunch of kids watching the game, not even understanding the game and speaking on their fandom, it just becomes
and most of the times they're just looking at the stats too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Stats and highlight plays.
They don't even watch the games. Like you just look at the stats. Like it's funny. I think I know you guys. I quite react. He
Light don't be watching a game. He be watching highlights.
Just the highlights. Like he's that. Like again, this might be tone deaf, might be intense, but you can't tell me you are a basketball fan. Like you are a basketball fan if you refuse to watch basketball games. I refuse to accept that.
Yeah, I've actually gotten to heated conversations with some of my friends about that too. It's like from back home. I'm like, bro, you don't watch the games.
Yes.
And they'll be like, how you know? I'm like, because some of the games come on when we've been on the game. And I have it right here on my laptop, so I can, y'all not doing the same thing.
They're just watching the highlights.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell me you know basketball when you don't watch basketball.
No, because again, I don't want to sound like the biggest Gilbert fan, but Gilbert said it like they have a staff for elite scoring, clutch scoring, but there are players who get clutch shots in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The game, like the opponent keeps going on a run, and if you don't make a shot or two to slow down that run, and those are clutch buckets, momentum buckets to help your teammates feel confident. Like, man, we got a chance in this game. They're not all in the fourth quarter. Players know that, real players and fans of the game. But when they come out with that, so-and-so don't got no clutch buckets. And it's like, bro, did you watch the game?
They just watched the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game.
When it actually gets close. Like, that's not how you watch basketball. Like, you can't tell me you know basketball when you only watch the important parts and skip through, like, the other parts. Like, that is the most irritating. Like,
that's why I say
thing.
I don't know.
It's basically those eye test people, the ones that watch from the eye test point of view, rather than the box score statistic point of view.
But then even with the eye test, you can't watch 1 or 3 games.
That's why I said eye test. You watch the whole thing.
You gotta watch. Well, if you're only gonna go off eye test and you watch the fourth quarter, you better be watching 82 games. 82 fourth quarters.
And that's why I take so much pride in my knowledge of sports, is because I do it for I do it for football, basketball, and baseball. Like, I sit down and I watch these games. Like, I sit down and watch.
It's almost like watching film.
Exactly. Like, that's exactly.
We know.
And
We know you don't watch film. You've only seen Cars.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
You're not watching no film.
No, sports film, not films.
You're not watching films.
No, not films. But I mean, because that's the thing. Like, obviously, we've almost had an entire episode on it. But like, growing up, like, I came home from school and I said, "Oh, Dad, what time does the D-backs game come on?" I didn't care about watching movies. I watched some movies growing up. But I didn't like. That was my passion, because this is what I wanted to do. Like at first, I wanted to go to baseball. But then once I realized, that's not exactly going to work out. I'm pretty good at this talking about sports thing. I have passion for it. And so
you are a professional yapper.
I'm
not even gonna lie. There's a couple of phone calls I had with Jamal. That should last for 3 hours.
We would literally just talk about basketball.
This is before he decided when he wanted to do a podcast too.
We're not talking. We are arguing.
Okay, well, usually with Kevin,
we're yelling at each other.
Usually with Kevin, we're just having a conversation. Like, there's been, obviously, Kevin and I have had his moments where we're arguing about whatever it is.
Yeah,
but you are just.
He loves to argue.
Yeah,
he loves to argue. Same for Tones too.
Yeah.
You love to argue.
I got the fact check.
Like legit. It's like all peaceful in the group chat. He wakes up one day, sends a bunch of random Celtics stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Like, bro, go back to sleep.
Violence from time to time.
I'm like, bro, like, why? It's peaceful.
No, I got one more convo before I have to head
out. Okay, dude. Again, real quick, we'll end the show on it. But yeah, you brought up Devin Booker. I imagine not all of us want to talk about Devin Booker, but Devin Booker, but I'm glad you brought it up, because Devin Booker means a lot to me, and he means a lot to the city. And so obviously I praise him all the time. I praise him all the time, but he means a lot to the city.
That's crazy.
He means a lot to the city. He means a lot to me. And all right, bro. Never mind, bro. I'm trying to get my point out.
Did I hear DLO?
No, I didn't hear it. I was trying to.
Like the city. I don't know about.
DLO's like, I live in the city too. I don't know about all that. Now, like,
no, because you're not a Suns fan.
And then you kept repeating it. I was like, oh yeah, I want to make sure you know it's the whole city.
Yeah, bro. Like, I didn't hear him. But like, bro, y'all. Oh boy, I can't be saying that on here. But I can't.
Oh my goodness,
bro. I'm trying to get my point out. I hear him yapping on the other
this
side.
This comments call you.
Like, bro.
Tell him all. Let him know, man. Let him know, bro.
Yo, I got it now, bro. What is it that you wanted to talk about, bro? I'm irritated. You got it, bro. What is it?
Oh my goodness.
I don't even want to talk about it no more. You got it. Finish. I'm good, bro. I finished. You got it. Go ahead. Bro, I finised, bro. Go ahead.
What do you want to say about Book?
Nothing. I said it already.
All right, next topic. Hey, next topic then.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, got it, bro. Come on, what is it?
It was controversial about hooping. It was the last 2 minutes of the game, and teams are up 3 fouling. I don't know if you guys have seen the tweets about it. People are upset that the final 2 minutes last 30 minutes in real time because of all the fouling that happens, because it's strategic, right? Especially, it was the last 34 seconds of the game that took 17 minutes to play out.
Well, was it Boston and Cleveland game?
No, it was Philly and somebody, and they were so they couldn't get a 3 off to tie the game.
So that one team would foul, and then 2 free throws, and then they would foul, so that and it just.
And the final 2 minutes of the game was 30 minutes, and the last 34 seconds alone was 17. So I want to bring that up. Should the NBA ban fouling in the final 2 minutes of the game? Like intentional fouling, not like, if you're making a basketball play and you foul, but like intentional, I'm going to go grab this guy and foul him.
But I think so. The biggest thing about that is because the intentional foul is meant for the team who is losing. So maybe if you want to come up with a rule, if you are winning, if you have a lead and you intentional foul, it is then a technical foul.
I was about to say technical foul. I agree with that one.
Yeah. So if you have the lead and you're fouling intentionally within the last 2 minutes of the game, it is then a technical foul. Because I understand. I don't necessarily even mind it. Like you are using a strategy because you are also at the same time then making your players go make free throws. Because if your player does not make those free throws, it can be a 1 or a 2 point game if they don't make those free throws and the other team does. So again, I don't necessarily have a problem with it because it's still putting onus on the other team to go make their free throws. Now, 30 minutes is kind of crazy.
Think of it from the league perspective, though, of viewership has been on a decline for years, and it's at the lowest point that it's been in a long time. And part of it is streaming, part of it is that league pass is so expensive, but the other part of it is that things like this happen in a game where it takes 30 minutes for the final 2 minutes to play out.
But it's also people with short attention span too, with all the TikTok scrolling, all that stuff. Like they get bored because they can't, just pay attention for 30 minutes straight.
That's why the game is different from our generation and y'all's generation to this younger generation.
All right, why you gotta bring up old generation?
I'm just saying, like we didn't have we didn't have access to what y'all had access to, so we tended to watch the entire movie. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have access.
Hey, I still do too.
You got a phone, you got your tablet, and you got the TV, so you're watching 3 different things. My son's doing that at 5. I can only imagine how it's going to be for him when he's 25 and there's a game on. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless he's got virtual reality glasses on,
sitting courtside.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the league has to do to fix?
Probably just change it to 1 minute.
What, the game? Like the whole game?
The whole game, 1 minute of the fouls, like go from 2 minutes to 1 minute. Because I don't really think that, like Mo was saying, I don't think you want to change it like one-sided. That you only make it so that the defense who's losing can foul to try to catch up, but then the team who's winning can't foul. Like you're disabling the team who's been playing better the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't penalize me because I'm winning. I'm just playing to win. So you just shorten the time that they can do that, then it's equal for both sides. But yeah, I mean, nobody wants to watch free throws.
Well, I mean, I do like the technical foul idea though, because I mean, you're gonna have to penalize the winning team if they're trying to do that the whole rest of the game.
The thing is, the winning team was trying to do that so that the losing team could not get a game-winning buzzer beater to try and tie the game or win the game. And
that's
so
right.
It's a great strategy, but in terms of marketability and if people want to watch that, people don't want to watch free throws.
No, that's what I said. Just
they want to see the game
to 1 minute. Because again, you can't fault me if I'm winning the game. You're not going to fault me for playing within the rules. You're gonna change the rules to now penalize me for basically having a lead. I've been playing well the entire game, and now they need to catch up. You're gonna penalize me for playing the same.
Wouldn't you expect it to go both ways though?
And that's why I said you can't don't penalize either team. Just shorten that time period that they have to actually foul one another and send each other to the free throw.
Well, they can do that whenever. That's what the Hack-a-Shack was.
But they would only do that within the 2 minute period, or unless they were over the limit.
I don't know. Greg Popovich was doing it 8 seconds into the game. I know we've all seen that clip.
No, you don't send anybody to the free throw line.
We've all seen that clip.
It was when Shaq won tip off, and they fouled him right away.
You know what I'm talking about? Because it was the Suns
beginning of the game.
Yeah, it was tip off.
Literally right after tip off.
And then the camera flipped over to Pop, and Pop was just laughing.
But he wasn't. Did he go shoot? He didn't shoot
He
free
was
throws
shooting
after
free
those.
throws.
No, they forced him to shoot free throws.
It doesn't make any sense though. There's no penalty when you foul that early into a game.
A clear path foul.
Oh.
Because now
He'd
there's
have to be a
now
Because with the clear path, you get 2 free throws and
and
ball
possession.
back.
They changed that.
That's what I'm saying.
So that rule has changed, but fourth
Back
quarter,
then.
last 2 minutes, both teams are typically in the bonus. So if you foul anybody, you're automatically free throws. So that's why people are saying, should this be changed to allow players to play the game instead of having this strategy where it's boring and you're just watching a bunch of free throws? You know what I mean? So like from a player perspective, it's smart because you're essentially guaranteeing winning the game because you're fouling up 3, you're not allowing them to get 3 points. However, if you're looking at it from the consumer's perspective, they have to sit there and watch 30 minutes of the game to see the last 2 minutes. They're going to turn the game off.
Or imagine being those fans are in that same.
The fans that are in the stands, and most of them are probably leaving at that point.
That's
You know what
on
I mean?
you. You already paid. You already got your 47 minutes of fandom.
I think
What do you do?
You love the game, and you're probably gonna sit there.
It's a great combo though. That's why I wanted to bring it up because what do you do?
I mean, it is interesting. It's hard to change it because it's strategy, and so now obviously they changed the rule a few years ago in terms of fouling in the last 2 minutes. But if, like I said, I don't necessarily disagree with it because I do that.
Mhm.
Like Kevin and I did that as a coach. We were up by 3 and we fouled to make sure we don't allow 3-pointer. And so again, it's not only onus on the opposing team because at that point you are also forcing the team who is up to go make free throws. And I don't think it's necessarily a disadvantage for either team. I mean, I guess it sucks, but it's forcing you to make free throws. In which, as an NBA player,
You gotta make them.
and especially in a moment like that.
It's part of the game. It's like if you're playing football and it's like a 2-minute drill and y'all are up a field goal, you're gonna run the clock down. That's not what everyone wants to see. Everyone's like, yo, go to football. I want to see. I'll get another. We just want to burn this clock.
Just trying to win the game, not trying to entertain. I mean, you guys are seeing the entertainment the whole beginning of the game.
Penalize a team who's winning the game because of strategy. I just don't think that helps the game. I do think that they might need to look into something changing. I don't see how you change that and it benefits everyone.
2 minutes turns to 30 minutes is kind of crazy. So I'm not even gonna lie.
30 minutes. But I mean, that has to be like an anomaly. There's no way that I don't think that's gonna happen.
If that became the norm,
if that became a normal
for
thing,
close games, half an hour for 2 minutes a game.
that's wild.
maybe they just change that rule and say, all right, we'll allow it in the playoffs. Because the playoffs, I think people are more glued.
I mean, that's
to watch games.
That's what they did for overtime
The coin toss.
in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, if both teams get a possession, no matter what.
And people still want that change. They want it in regular season too.
Yeah,
So
regular
That's
season.
gonna take a while.
Yeah, regular season is OD. Regular season is OD.
Because you got like say like CBS or Fox, you got back-to-back games on the same channel. It's gonna take a while if that happens.
So, it was just a good conversation that I thought I'd bring up. Because what do you do?
Because I didn't even think about that. So that was a good conversation. Oh, on that note, boys, that was a good one. That was first in-person show for a while.
Yeah.
We didn't get to go over our basketball picks, but we'll start that.
We can save it.
Quickly right now.
Are we doing it right now? You got time?
Yeah, we can do it right now.
What time you go to work?
Oh, I'm meeting somebody. That's why I have to.
Oh,
We're
snap.
not live today. We're not live today.
No.
Someone definitely asked me, y'all live? Because I can't find
No. This is recording today.
What do you mean? Is that why you got all those chains on and all that stuff?
Yeah, D-Lo, who you going to go meet? Little shorty?
Hey, Tones, you might have to let him borrow some of your wardrobe.
some cologne.
You finna go meet shorty? Yeah, get busy.
I'll give him that Jason Tatum jersey in the back, huh?
About to go rub some feet.
Whoa!
Suck
We
some
making
toes.
NBA picks or am I leaving?
All right,
Y'all are wild.
all right, for tonight or this or just the entire weekend?
I don't know.
Tonight.
Pick some games.
Tonight? Okay, so tonight, I'll pick. We'll go 3 games.
Milwaukee.
Taking Milwaukee over Boston.
Right
No,
away.
You need to pick that game.
Okay, yeah.
Right away.
I was gonna say, okay, Milwaukee Boston is the first one.
Well, you want to start off, Tones? That is your team.
Guaranteed I'm going with the guys. No zing, and we still going.
Is Drew
zing.
playing? Is he on the report?
Let me find
I
out.
think the only one that's reported out is
Kristaps
Porzingis.
out. Giannis is game time.
JB's playing.
Game
It's
time.
funny. I saw that JB got suspended for the slashing
He gets
celebration.
suspended. He got fined.
He got fined. Yeah.
Yeah, that's only gonna make him angry.
Yeah. If Drew is playing and Tatum and Brown and
If
I know
Giannis
Derek.
is not playing. I'd say
Yeah.
no.
If Giannis is not playing, we're taking Boston. But because I know Derek White has been dealing with a lingering foot problem too.
As long
So
as Peyton Pritchard is there, I feel comfortable.
it's close. Are they in Milwaukee?
I think we're in Boston.
Are we in? We're in Boston. Give me Boston.
I'm gonna say right now, if Pritchard outplays Dame tonight, we're not gonna hear the end of Tones yapping about.
Yeah,
Pritchard, if
give me Boston.
Pritchard outplays Dame tonight, we're only talking about football on Monday.
Pritchard outplayed Tyler the other night. It's fine.
Okay,
Well,
Pritchard
Tyler,
is
Damian
our-
Lillard and Tyler Hero are not exactly.
Damn.
Whoa, that's gonna set D'Lo off now.
We can move on. We all picking Boston.
Yeah, I'm going Boston.
Yeah, well,
Game 2, Timberwolves at the. No. We'll go King Spurs. That's the next good one.
This isn't really. I would have went Lakers Hawks, but we can do that.
We can do. We'll do Lakers Hawks. We'll do Lakers Hawks in the ATL.
I don't really know if that's a good one either because I might have
Yeah,
the
not really a
Hawks.
good one.
although I do want to bring up a game from last night.
Hmm?
The Rockets lost to the Warriors, and that's gonna be the matchup
Without Steph and Draymond.
in the playing tournament.
No Steph,
Not the play-in,
Draymond.
the in-season tournament.
Not worried. I think it'll be closer.
Could
with
that be a
Steph.
preview? Could Houston lose again to Golden State?
Well, I guess in this case, what is the only game? The only other game we'll do is Timberwolves Warriors.
Give me
Steph
the
still out.
Give me the Wolves. I think they're holding him until the play-in.
Steph
Steph is
is
game time. Draymond is game time.
Give me the Wolves.
You know what? Give me Ant-Man in Minnesota.
We Golden State, man.
Hey, Ant-Man hasn't been all that this year
Yeah.
to start.
Almost like I said he would be. But
I think he needs to get back in
I'll
front.
say I think he's been relatively close to what he was last year. He's doing the same thing D Book has done for me. I haven't seen a significant jump. Like I thought he was going to be better. To me, honestly, the past 5 to 10 games, Julius Randle been the best player on that team.
I think he's still adjusting with Randall, and Randall is adjusting with Gobert and all of that. I think they're still trying to figure it out.
Julius Randle was like, just give me the ball. That's what I've been watching. Every
Yeah,
time I
Julius
play
Randle has
the ball,
always
give
been like that.
me the ball.
He's always been like that.
no defense.
Even in New York, he was like that.
No defense.
No defense.
But I'll take
And Rudy isn't helping either.
I'll take the Warriors for that game because I think Steph is going to come back for that tonight.
Cool.
All righty. Those are our picks. And that is the end of our week. Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah, this is the upload today. It's a beautiful Friday.
You know what still got me weak though?
Huh?
You know what still had me weak though?
I don't know what I'm about to say. Devin Booker putting on for the city.
I don't even. Wait, what did you say? I don't even know what you said.
That was what happened yesterday with this. That shit still
Oh,
had me
bro.
dying.
Hold on. What did you say? I don't even know what you said.
Well, you said Devin Booker and all he's done for the fans of this city.
He's like, for me in the city.
Yeah.
and I kept hearing him go,
I live in the
Bro,
city.
but it's because you're not a Suns fan.
Well, you said the people of the city, and I'm the people of this city.
Yeah, I'm also a people of this city too.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's walking up to me and giving me $100,000.
He's not doing that for me either. So what is he doing for me? You know
That's
what
a
I
little
mean?
selfish. What about the charities he's giving to and the Special Olympics charities?
No, that's cool.
no, don't give a shit about that.
That's cool.
Ooh, Oh, DLO.
No, that's cool.
Let's say, yeah, that's cool.
You want him to personally give up to you and say, "Hey, bro, DLO, there's
No,
there are
no,
people that are homeless, there are people that are cold, there are people that are gonna go hungry on Christmas. But here's $100,000 to you because you said I don't give you anything."
You want to see him?
That's not what I'm
That's a
saying.
bag though. I take that. That's a bag.
No, that's not what I'm
So,
saying.
so what were you trying to say then?
I'm saying that you said that he's been an influence, this sort of figure for everyone in the city.
I didn't say that.
I would say
for the people in this city.
I said-
and I'm in the people of the city.
So
and I'm not influenced by
the
both.
reason why I
didn't
asked
say anything about
is
it.
because for back home, I actually see clips of JB, Peyton Pritchard, other players at the Boys and Girls Clubs, at these community centers, doing little walkthroughs, talking to kids. I've never seen them for any of the Phoenix Suns players. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying maybe based on my social media feed, I don't ever see it. And so I was joking, but I was serious when I was asking.
But like you said, just because you haven't seen it, I mean, like, a lot of people don't do it for other people to see. They do it because they want to actually.
Part of like the Celtics program they have, like for after championship, Al Horford went to a chicken place and was making chicken in the back, making meals. So that it brings attention to the local whatever store restaurant that is, and now you of course the fact that all the Celtics fans. And so I was joking, but I was like, I've never heard of like yo, there's a meetup at one of the Just Sports signing for jersey. Like, I've never heard. Well, of course, I would assume that these things happen. But being that I've been here for 10 years, and I've never seen not one commercial, not one.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like even on social media, he's not one to prance around and kind of show everything he does. Like he does everything. He's a private person, so the things he does for the community, he doesn't go out and unless somebody else posts him. But he's not going to post what he does.
Like I would look for the Suns to maybe post.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like even some of the stuff he does doesn't involve the Suns. Like I said, his sister.
So we basically got to ask you what he got going on. Like,
Well, again, I feel like I'm best friends with the guy. I don't
That's
text him
what it
every
seems
day.
like.
I mean, I wish.
It seems like you know it.
I wish I was. But I mean, like I said, I wish I was. But I mean, it's not like I talk to him every day.
Oh, like the other day.
Huh? Again, I wish, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You know, but like I said, he's not a very like public person. Like, even on social media.
I know how you keep it low. He stay low.
Yeah.
But still, I was just looking. Sometimes anything I haven't heard. I think the only player that I've ever heard something about was who's the lefty homie that Payne, Cameron Payne.
Oh, Cameron Payne.
He's like the only person that I've ever heard.
That's
about
also somebody I love. I love
doing
Cameron
something
Payne.
for the community.
Mikael Bridges did stuff all the time. Cam Johnson did stuff all the time. Eric Bledsoe when he was here did stuff all the
I
time.
bumped into EP.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I met him.
I bumped into Eddie House more than I bumped into any other players.
Yeah. He's from out here.
He's from out here. Eddie House was born out here.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's from out here. Yeah.
I know he played out with the championship in Green now.
And in Miami.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. We talk about
all right.
the Green one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. Again, I don't know.
Andy Hurst?
Funny over there.
This man's over here playing the ball.
Bro.
Yeah, out of pocket. We definitely gonna let him stay home.
Yeah. Because anyways, that is gonna close out this show. On a positive note, as always, don't forget you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you matter. And if nobody else is gonna tell you, especially these three idiots,
Damn.
you matter. I love you. I'm proud of you.
I've been quite nice today.
And always remember, it's nice to be important, but it's much, much more important to be nice. We'll be back next week. Love you all. Thank you for watching, and have a good weekend.